You're watching SportsFource Extra on KTIV.
Welcome back, folks. We had a colossal clash in the Cornhusker State as two defending state champions met with undefeated records on the line against one another as the Pendragons took the trip to Oakland Craig to battle the Knights. Now, tell you what, Pendragons and Knights, the top two teams in C2 in the latest coaches poll. We'll pick things up in the first quarter. Sonia Guzinski with a vintage Dirk as she'll hit the post fade. That puts the Knights up 2-0. A little deja vu later in the first. Booch working with the ball. This time she opts for the step back midi. It's good. And OC leads 4-0. Pender tightening their post defense. Allie Rutar comes up with the block. The Pendragons get working in transition. Hadley Walsh takes this thing into the rack, lays it in to cut into OC's lead. In the end, Pender wins 55-46. They move to 3-0 on the season after a tough challenge against the talented Knights team.
A huge game, first huge game of the season. Just could not have been more impressed with the way that they stayed calm and poised. We had Madeline get foul trouble early. Myra gets in foul trouble early. Hadley's not making shots. Things just were not going the way that we wanted them to go, and they stayed calm. And just kept doing what they knew would be winning plays, and we took it one possession at a time.
All right, Pendragon boys looking to stay undefeated as well. However, it's the Knights in orange and white who strike first. Tucker Wood comes up with the putback layup on the offensive board there. Pender, they take control early after that OC bucket, though. Xander Welsh swerves, bends in that corner. Whoa, nice lay-in there, and Pender ties it up. Welsh with it on the fast break. He'll get the outlet pass to Reese Heineman, who attacks, finishes at the rack for two. Pendragons, they were finding the weaknesses in the OC defense early. They keep driving in from the far wing. This time, Trevor Trimble with a lay-in. Pender moves to 3-0 after a 64-30 win. Randolph and Lions, Decatur Northeast going at it as well. The Cougars up big to start the third. Their lead, it would grow just like the Grinch's heart. That's a triple from Kellen Canuck. And the Cougs are cruising in this one. Later in the third, Lions Decatur Northeast grabs the defensive rebound, immediately pushes the pace. Nice outlet pass to Alexis Peterson, who puts the nice layup in for two. And that fast-paced play, it would keep on coming. Cougars go back to working in transition. It's a perfect pass to Karen Olsen. Olsen gets a layup to fall of her own here. LDNE wins this one 53-23. Cardinals looking to improve to 3-1, while the Cougars are hoping to get back to 500 in the boys matchup. Tied at 8 after 8 minutes. Nice dish from Ryan Engel to Adrian Samano, who gets the Cardinals a couple of points right at the rack. Quick answer for the Cougs, though. Caden Canuck slices and dices his way through the defense for a lay-in of his own there. Cardinals not done showing their offensive firepower just yet, though. Brecken Shearer, well, he's going to get it here for the corner three, and that splashes in and cashes. Later in the second, this is going to be pure effort from the Cards. 3 offensive rebounds, finally capped off with Samano earning the and one. Randolph gets that third win, 51-35. From the basketball court to the wrestling mat we go as Maple Valley and Noto Charter Oak Ute welcome several Siouxland grapplers to Mapleton for a tournament. We had a member of the SportsFource crew out at the Kingsbury Invitational. Started weight 215, Woodbine's Jacob Cogdill facing Sioux City North's Caden Mapes. Cogdill picks up the fall in this one to win. Over to 106 pounds, NBA OCOU's Wyatt Hyber takes on Sioux City North's Zeal Solis. Hyber puts the shoulders to the mat, picks up a pin to advance. Up to 120 pounds, Manson Northwest Webster's Cale Kraft up against West Monona's Jerry Green. Green! Hey, shoulders to the mat, that's a pin, folks. And finally here, West Sioux's Cash Koopmans. Look at this. Koopmans trying to rock him to sleep. He'll pick up a near fall, though. However, Koopmans would win in a technical fall, 17-1. The Sioux City Musketeers were able to hold off the Fargo Force and pick up a road win on Thursday night, but the crew of One for All and All for One, they found themselves defending the Tyson Event Center against a batch of Buccaneers. Muskies lead the season series against Des Moines 2-1. We'll pick up Musketeers leading 2-1. Buccos fire a shot on net. That's saved by Jack Fickthorne. A couple of extracurricular activities at the net, but elsewhere it's go time. This is Pavel Martinu taking his man down for the Muskies. He'll get a couple extra shots in as well. Martino even says, hey, buddy, here's your glove. Take it. Merry Christmas, you filthy animal. Later on, Des Moines on the attack. One-timer is saved, but Adam Zidlicki is there. Zidlicki split for the rebound, and we're tied at 2. Muskies on the penalty kill here. Somehow, some way, despite a ton of absolute chaos in front of the net, the Muskies keep this thing tied at 2 heading into the third. Musketeers, they pick up the win 4-3. By the way, Saturday night when the Musketeers host the Fargo Force, it'll be Scout Night as well as the Teddy Bear Toss. Puck drop is set for 6:05 p.m. Bring your Bears to fling onto the ice after the Musketeers score their first goal. But tell you what, if you can't make it Saturday, still bring those Bears to the Tyson.
I have greased the wheels with DeMars. And he said he's going to see what he can do with make the weather good. So, Ron, this is on you. But if Ron can't come through, then you bring your stuffed animals to the Tyson Event Center and or to our office. We'll make sure they get to the proper spot, and we'll get them those kids, I promise. So not a big deal.
All right, so once again, bring your stuffed animals to the Musketeers game, 6 o'clock tomorrow night at the Tyson Event Center as they take on the Fargo Force. But tell you what, you guys knew where we are, or where we were tonight. We want to know where you were tonight. Let's go ahead and check out FanForce. We had one photo sent in, and it was from a FanForce Hall of Famer, Michael Wolgan. Sends it in. He was at the Unity Christian Sheldon matchup. Great photo, Michael. Now, if you guys want to be a Hall of Famer like Michael, send in your FanForce photos. All you got to do, just go to any game featuring a Siouxland squad, take a photo of how you're watching the game, send it in to connect@ktiv.com. Coming up in sports, take a look at the SportsFource Score Corner. It's all coming your way next.